Hey y'all, look, I done started my live and even got my headset on. Woo. All right, hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome in to Triple M Money Management Matters 30 Days of Money Motivation. Let me go on over here and see if I'm live on the book. We are on day 14 of 30 Days of Money Motivation. And I am here. I am Lisa Stringer Bailey. I am the owner of Triple M Money Management Matters. And I help women make more money, save more money, and protect that money. Yes, here I am. Let me see. I am live on the book. So listen, as you come in, go ahead and hit me with a hey girl, hey. Let me know that you are here so I can speak back to you. And thank you for being on the live broadcast. And also, if you don't mind, please, ma'am, please, sir, share the video. Go ahead and share the video out to your family and friends because there's somebody out there that needs this money motivation, honey. Because look, we are on the down stretch of 2021. Whew, I tell you. And and it's Christmas time, it's holiday time, it's gift giving time. And with the gift giving comes the money. The money, the money, the money. And that's what I do. I'm your money girl. I help you manage your money. I help you save some money. I help you budget your money. I help you plan your money. I help you save more money. Because look, everything ain't all about giving, and spending, especially if you're having money issues, especially if your financial foundation is not built and strong as we would like it to be. So in those instances, the holidays time can be a little stressful, can be a little feeling defeated, can be a little sad, depressing, and wondering and worrying if I'm gonna have enough money to get my kids something for Christmas. It can be a hard time. So I'm here to give you some motivation, some inspiration, and some determination to make it through to the end of this year and to start out the new year on a better financial foundation. Okay. So if you have not been following me for the past, how many days did I say? 14 days. For the past 13 days, as we're on day 14. If you have not been following me, then let me let you know what I'm doing. So the 30 days of money motivation is 30 days that I'm taking time out to come live to speak to you about money matters, about saving money, about being more prepared for your money, about your future, your financial future, and how we're going to end the year and start the year on a better foundation. So I am a Christian. I'm a child of God. I believe in Jesus Christ. So I do use biblical principles as a foundation for my money ministry. This is a ministry for me because I do feel like this has been a God-given gift to me as a financial expert. Been in the financial industry for over 20 years. Started out in banking. Well, actually, I started out in the military, dealing with military budgets and in the money industry. Then I went into banking. Banking I loved, and that's why I learned a lot of my financial principles and information. And then now I'm into credit analysis. So my whole career, my whole working life has been in finances, in the financial industry in some way or fashion. So I know a little bit about money. I don't know it all. I don't claim to know it all because guess what? We're always learning, or we always should be learning. So I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly in training. I have a coach. actually several coaches that I used to help me with my business. Because like I said, this was a God-given thing. I never dreamed that I would be, teaching others about their money, helping others with their finances, helping people invest into their future and be ready for retirement and all that kind of stuff. So I've just taken it and trying to be obedient to God and doing what He has asked me to do. So for the 30 days, I use the Bible app. If you're not familiar with the Bible app, it is an application on your smartphone. You just go ahead and download the Holy Bible app. And in the Bible app, I am using a Bible plan, which is equivalent to a devotional. And the one that I'm using for this 30 days is called, I was reading it, so let me go back to it. Day 14, we're on day 14, and the devotional is called Blessed for a Reason. And the whole plan is called Facing the Giant of Money. Facing the Giant of Money. And you can go in there, you can search up this plan. And, if you haven't been with me for the past 13 days, just go ahead and read it, catch up. It's very short devotionals, 2 or 3 scriptures, and you're done for each day. So today we're on day 14. So I'm going to read the devotional, then I'll read the scripture, and then we'll talk about it a little bit as we go. So again, if you are live, go ahead and drop a comment so I can speak to you. If you're not live and you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay. Let me know you're here so I can say, hey girl, hey, or hey guy, hey, and thank y'all for joining me and catching the replay, right? Okay, so let's get into this devotional right quick. Blessed for a reason. In the description of my video, I titled it Too Blessed to Be Stressed. And I know you all have seen that saying, somewhere in your travels or journeys. I think it's on a t-shirt somewhere that we are too blessed to be stressed. Now, that's easier said than done, right? Because we always find something to stress about if we are not in the right mindset of being not stressed. So this devotional is really going to bring home an example of a story in the Bible about someone that was very blessed when they could have been stressed, but they decided to be more a blessing. Okay, so let's get into it. Blessed for a Reason is the title on this devotional. And it says, drop them on purpose for her to glean. And that's in Ruth chapter 2, verse 16. When Boaz saw Ruth in his field, he told his workers, snap off some heads of barley and drop them on purpose for her to glean. So that was Ruth chapter 2, verse 16. Even though he spoke about her and not directly to her, she still received the blessing. So how many of you all ever felt like you have been blessed by someone else, by someone else's actions? You probably didn't know about it, but you knew of the blessing. This can happen, and it brings me to some instances where you may be, at a checkout at a grocery store, and the person in front of you has been kind of talking to you. You know how you have the small chitter chatter, hey, how you doing? Or I see you got such and such. How do you cook that? That little small talk. Then at the end of his transaction, he might be like, go ahead, let me pay for that. Let me pay for your stuff. Let me pay for your groceries. Let me pay for your thing. Hey, Nicole, thanks for coming. Thanks for jumping on. So that person has been a blessing to you. It's an unexpected blessing. It's something you never would imagine that someone, a stranger at that, would do for you. That's a blessing. And it could have been one of them days where you have had just the roughest day, right? You could be all stressed. You could be all mad because now you got to go to the store and get groceries for dinner or whatever. But instead of being stressed, you're being pleasant. You've been pleasant to this total stranger in front of you. You having small talk. You got a smile on your face. You're not showing how stressed you are. And guess what? You get a special blessing. So that's why I say it. You can never be too stressed where you don't see the blessing in something in your day. So let's go on about this story. We all know the story of Ruth and Boaz. So let's see what else Boaz did. You don't know what God has spoken over your life, but suddenly everything changes. So that's why we should always feel a blessing. Look for the blessing in every adversary. Look for the blessing in the holidays, outside of the fact that you don't have enough money to get what the things that you want or the things that your children want. Think about the blessing. Think about the things that you do have. Okay. God told his people, I'm going to give you vineyards you didn't even plant. And that's in Deuteronomy 6:11. That was paraphrased. I'm going to give you vineyards you didn't even plant. So those are those abundance, those blessings that God is all throughout the Bible talks about, that he's there for us, that he's going to give to us if we would only abide to his word and be obedient to his word. God can take the sweat out of your success. He can put you in situations where others do the work and you receive the benefit. And you don't have to worry or get jealous about somebody else getting what's yours, because nobody can glean it except for you. So this is another thing I talk about a lot too, about us being envious or coveting what other people have. Look, you don't know what those other people have been through. You don't know how long it's taken them to get what they got. You don't know their financial situation. They could be drowning in debt, worse than you drowning in debt. They could be almost going to the bankruptcy court trying to pay for the big house, the 2 or 3 and 4 luxury cars. You can't keep up with the Joneses. You can't worry about what other people are doing. You can't get jealous about what other people are doing. You got to roll with what you got, be content with what you got and what God has blessed you with, and watch God continue to bless you, right? Okay, so all you have to do is keep following God. And that's what I say all the time. If you don't put God into your financial situation, it's not going to ever get fixed. God has got to be the top, the head of your household, the head of your finances, the head of your relationships, the head of everything. So why would God do that? Because there's a direct correlation between his blessings and his purposes. He doesn't bless you so that you can brag. Okay, so that's another thing we want to be aware of is taking all the credit for the things that we have, taking the credit for our blessings, for ourselves and what we've done. Or I did that and I did this, when we need to be giving the glory and the honor to God as always, right? So whether his blessings come in the form of increased finances, improved health, greater influence, God's gifts are just tools to maneuver you to where you can fulfill his purpose. So gifts and skills is something I talk about a lot too. God has given all of us something within us that we can do, a skill, a purpose, something he wants us to use for his purpose on this earth. Okay, we have got to figure out what that gift or that skill is, and we got to move on it. We got to implement it. We got to show God, yeah, I see what you have given me, and I am going to do what thus said the Lord to do. Okay, and if you do that, he will fulfill the purpose for you. He will give you the desires of your heart. He will bring you out of debt. Okay. He will get you that house that you desire to live in. Okay. He will give you everything that you want if you use the gifts that he's given you for his purpose. The enemy isn't after your provision. He's after your purpose. So if you using your finances, your money, your check, your income, if you are using that for the purpose of God, for the purpose that God has laid out and guided us to use it for, then the devil can't touch it. The enemy can't touch it, right? But now, if you are using your finances frivolously, if you're overspending, if you're in debt, if you're not paying your bills, if let's see what else gets us into a lot of trouble. If we're buying, stuff we really can't afford, if we purchasing luxury cars, BMWs, Mercedes, whatever, and payments is $500-$600, but you can't make that payment, then that is what the enemy is after. He's after that money, and he gives you. He will put the big glossy things in your sight so that you would want them. That's our flesh. We want what we want, and we want it now. That's that microwave mentality that we have these days. Instead of waiting, saving for that opportunity or for that luxury item that you want, so that you can have it without the large payment that you can possibly not make on a monthly basis. So that's the difference when you're dealing with your money. If you're using it for the purpose of God, then God's going to work it out. But if you're using it for your purpose, for your pleasure, for your I want it, for your wants, then yeah, it's not going to work out good for you, and you're going to be struggling. After all, what good is success if you are out of God's will? So if it's not in God's will, the success that you've got, then it's going to be no good to you. You're going to be stressed. You're going to have troubles. You're going to have issues. You're going to have stuff that comes up in your life. But if you're doing your success, like it say, if you work in a 9-to-5 job or whatever that job is, it could be, working as a manager at McDonald's, then you need to work that job to the glory of God, give it your 110% abilities, and watch God work. And that's in God's will, and he's going to give you the success. He's going to get you out of that position if that's not where you want to be. So when God gives you something, he puts you on assignment to use it for his glory. So that's those skills, that's those financial blessings, that's your service. God gives you all these things, the things that God has given you. You got to use it for his glory, and always give him the credit. Always give him the credit. So remember, when you pick up your provision, that's your money, that's your finances, that's your skills, that's your services, your provisions, whatever God's given you. Read the instructions that go with it, and the instructions is the Bible. Okay, that's what we're doing, reading the Bible, and only then will you find fulfillment. Okay, so when we're thinking about our financial situations, our finances, we're looking for fulfillment. In our finances, we're looking for a balanced checkbook. We're looking for more money coming in so that we can pay off our debts. We're looking for money that we can save for a down payment of a home. We're looking for money we can save for that luxury car we want. Listen, if we would use it with the instructions that God has given us, we can have all that. We can have all that. Okay, so the scriptures for this devotional was Ruth, the 2nd chapter, the 16th verse. Even pull out some stalks for her from the bundles and leave them for her to pick up, and don't rebuke her. So that was Boaz telling his workers in the field, drop some extra on the ground, because she was coming behind them just picking up whatever little pieces that she could get. She was picking up the rammets. She was picking up the little bit. But Boaz came along and he saw her hard work, and that she wasn't stressed about doing what she had to do because her husband had died. So we all know the story. Her husband had died and she had to go back to the country that the mother-in-law, Naomi, where they came from, but she didn't know nobody there. She didn't know what she's going to do because she was a woman. And, back in those days, women, wasn't supposed to work. They was expected to live off what their husbands brought in. So she didn't have a husband. Her husband passed away. So she, instead of her being stressed, instead of her being down, instead of her fussing, asking God, why me? She went to work. She did what she had to do to make it, to live. And Boaz saw it. He saw that. God saw that in her. And God sent Boaz to bless her. So it was just a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. And Deuteronomy 6 and 11 says, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Then when you eat and are satisfied. So that's just God saying that, look, when you do what it is that you're supposed to do, when you obey God, when you living in obedience, and you are taking the provisions that he has given you, and you're giving it back to him, and you're doing what it is that the instructions the Bible says to do, then he is going to give you these things. He's going to give you wells that you ain't even have to dig. Okay. He's going to give you vineyards. He's going to give you, and then in these days and times, we can say he's going to give you the keys to your brand new home. He's going to give you that luxury car. He's going to give you the brand name clothes if that's your desire. Okay. He's going to give you the extra money that you need to start that nonprofit organization if that's your desire. Okay. You just have to stay in prayer, be obedient. It's an obedience thing. Be patient, have the faith, keep the faith, and watch God work. Just watch God work. So that's the devotional for tonight. So I hope it was inspiring and motivating to you. But listen, just release some of the stress. If you are feeling stressed during this time of the year because it is the holidays and your finances are not where they need to be, just release that. I put my link to my calendar in the description. If you want to talk to me, I'll be glad to talk to you. I don't charge for a consultation. Just, hit me up, get on my calendar. Let's talk about what it is that's going on in your finances so I can see where I can help you. If you do need to plan better for next holiday season, we can start that now. It needs to start now. You can't wait to the last minute to do financial planning. And that's for Christmas next year. That could be for down payment on your home. That could be, money for your children to go to college. That could be, just ways to save for that car so that you don't have the high monthly payments right about now. And definitely for your retirement savings and investing is my, that's my heart. That's what, that wakes me up every day. That's my purpose, because I see so many seniors now that's living their golden years and they can't live it comfortably because they was only depending on Social Security check, and that's not enough to live on. So I want to make sure that when me and my younger generation, our children, when they do get to retirement age, that they're not struggling, that they have saved, that they are building wealth for themselves. We cannot depend on the government anymore like we did in the past 2 years with the whole stimulus checks and all that kind of stuff. We should not have to depend on that. And that's just the reality of the situation. Okay. So with that, I am going to bid you all good evening. I don't see any comments coming in. Thank you, Nicole, for jumping on. Again, if you do catch the replay, do me a hashtag replay. Let me know you was here so I can say thank you. And listen, tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay. So Wednesday on the 15th of every month, I do a podcast broadcast, and the podcast is Money Management Matters. And I am doing on my podcast, I have guests that come on. So tomorrow's guest is my friend, my business bestie, one of my business coaches, Teresa Wright Johnson. She is the creator of Mom Biz Boss. She's on Facebook under Mom Biz Boss, and she also has a couple of businesses that she runs. And she's going to be my expert guest tomorrow. We're going to be talking about other ways to make money, especially during the pandemic and the aftermath of the pandemic, and what we're doing now so that we can be more prepared in the future. So it's all about multiple streams of income. I talk about that all the time. If you don't have enough money, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you don't, If you got more months than you got money, then you need more money coming in. Okay. So that's why I help you make more money. So Teresa's going to be here tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, same spot, same place, on Facebook and on YouTube. So if y'all do not, and you have not, let me go and give y'all my YouTube channel. If you have not been over to my YouTube, go ahead and hit me up on YouTube at Money Management Manners. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. Because listen, in 2022, we're going to be on the tube, honey. We're going to be popping on the tube. Okay, so listen, y'all check me out tomorrow night, 9:30. I'll be on with Teresa for our 30 Days of Money Motivation. I may come on earlier in the day to do that, or I may do it after that broadcast. I don't know yet. I got a lot going on tomorrow, so we'll just have to see. But I appreciate you all following me and listening to me, and I pray that you all have a blessed rest of your night. See you tomorrow. Good night.